Hey everyone, welcome to PDX Garden Home. It is a beautiful fall day here in Portland, Oregon, and in the garden, and I just wanted to share this with everyone. Hey, well right now what I'm doing is packing up some veggies here. Certainly our production at this time of year is a lot less than it has been. And so, yeah, I'm just getting together what I can. I'm probably only going to be donating every couple weeks now instead of once a week. I didn't donate last weekend, but I did have some in the fridge left over from last weekend's harvest, and then I've got this harvest, so I'll put them together, and then those will be ready to donate. So definitely, as we are now in mid-October, the harvesting is slowing down, but I still do have green tomatoes in the field. We still have lots of good, healthy broccoli plants. One thing that I am noticing is that my starts that I started in July, the cabbages and the broccolis and the kohlrabi and all that, they're definitely not a good size yet. And so we'll see how this next month goes, but I think that what that tells me is that I probably actually want to start my those kind of fall garden crops. Oh, Brussels sprouts would be the other big one. You guys have seen me talk about Brussels sprouts and potting them up and kind of really babying them this year to see what I could get from a fall crop. They're definitely not there yet, so I'm pretty sure we're going to I'm going to have to plant those in June to be ready for this time of year when I do this next year. Well, I did find in these beds that I do have some open spots that I can put some more starts in. Of course, what I have left is some kohlrabi and some cabbage, maybe a little bit of broccoli. And of course, anything I put in now, I don't really expect will be ready before the end of the year. So whatever I'm putting in now, the goal is that it would overwinter and be ready first thing of spring. So I'm going to be spreading out my fertilizer on this, and that's what you see me doing here. So what I'm doing is just dumping some fertilizer in each hole that I'm going to be planting the start and around it, essentially, in and around the hole. Okay, so I have about 21 of these holes, not about exactly 21 of these holes, but I forget, so I will say about, because by the time I get my starts and bring them back, I might forget exactly the number, but since I'm videoing it, I'll say right now the number is 21. I've got 21 of these holes for starts, and I've got fertilizer on them, so I'm going to go back over to the potting bench, and I'm going to pull 21 starts out of cell trays to bring over here and put in the ground. Okay, so what I'm up to here is pulling. I've got some super kohlrabi starts here, so I'm pulling them out of the cell trays. I'm also going to put some of the. I'm also going to put some of these cabbage starts here to get to a total of about 21 in this tray here, which I will then take back out to put in the ground here. And I like to just use my bare hands for this. It gets them dirty, but if I use gloves, then my gloves get all wet and soaked, and then I have to take the gloves off and then switch out new ones all the time or whatever. So it's easier for me to just use my hands, and then I'll wipe my hands off with a cloth when I'm done. So you can see these have got kind of good roots here. They're ready to go, more than ready. They're kind of wrapping around there. So I'm tossing my trays into a wheelbarrow, not really a wheelbarrow, but a cart there with a empty bottom, so if it rains it'll drain off. But I do that because we wash the trays in batches, so my helper helps me wash the trays and does that about once a week. I've got so many of these starts, I know at this point not all of them will even make it into the ground, so what I'm doing is just saving the ones, putting the ones in that've got the biggest amount of roots, plucking the ones out that have lesser roots. Like this one's pretty small, I'll just throw that in my little compost bin there. I don't have enough space to grow everything. That's the gardener's anthem, right? Never enough space to grow everything. Do you remember how many we have to do? 21, right? Okay. 20, one more cabbage. Looking for the best one I can find here. Okay. Okay, my tray, if 21 starts, is ready to go back out into the field there. Well, behind me I still have lots of plant starts, veggie starts to be specific. I've got cabbage up here and some kohlrabi here and then just some miscellaneous stuff over here. And yeah, so I don't have any more room in the garden. The beds are all full for the most part with proper spacing. So I'm debating whether I just call it quits and let, compost these, or maybe if I pot them up. And maybe when I've got more room in the greenhouse, because that's another thing that needs to get done. I need to clean out the greenhouse, get the little citrus trees in there and all that. So that's my debate at this point. But I think I'm done for the most part putting these in the field. I might find some more spaces to put a few in the field, but I think that's where I'm at.
Well, now it's time for me to review what I've been planting and working around in the nursery with this week. This week I planted cabbage and kohlrabi. Planting now in mid-October, I'm expecting these will overwinter and hopefully be a good crop when the warmth first comes back in spring. I've moved trays of pansies and snapdragons out of the basement nursery and onto the potting bench in preparation for moving them into 4-inch pots.